The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
Yeah, good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Madison is back in this morning. Welcome.
I'm sick.
What's wrong with you?
I got really bad sniffles all of a sudden. I can't breathe out of my left nostril, and there's like snot pouring down.
Well, we didn't need to know all that.
You hear
Just
it.
absolutely, we don't need to know any more about that. Alka-Seltzer Plus to the right. Go help yourself and
That thing like burns your mouth the whole time. It's weird.
Nah, Alka-Seltzer Plus cure anything.
It's nasty. No thanks.
It tastes bad for a second, but that's okay.
I'd rather choke NyQuil constantly instead.
Well, that does make you sleepy.
Yeah, I'd rather be asleep than be awake and deal with this.
Well, you can't do that sometimes. Sometimes you've got to work and go right on there, Madison. I'm trying to teach you the ways of life.
Look, they can't have me at work if I just pass out, okay? That will be their problem.
Mississippi making national headlines this morning. And when I say that, I don't mean in a good way.
I was about to say, is it good or bad?
It's bad.
It's not
It's
good.
usually not.
Mississippi's not known for its greatest stuff besides musicians, and that's about it.
Doesn't make a lot of great headlines. Columbus, Mississippi is the topic this morning as two people are in jail. And you go, what on earth could two people from Columbus, Mississippi make national headlines? Well, we've got a 17-year-old girl who had, let me think of the right proper
Relations
with two underage boys on Mother's Day.
Gross.
So the other kids go and tell authorities,
No, as they should.
as it was done in front of other children. The mother of the 17-year-old then gets other kids to go beat up the kids that went and told the police.
What?
Seriously. She's been arrested. She has a $100,000 bond now for trying to hurt children, and the daughter has been arrested also, and most likely will be charged with rape.
So
Columbus, Mississippi.
the girl's mom got mad at the kids
Who told the police.
because her daughter did something wrong.
Correct. So she gets other kids to go whoop up on the ones that told the police.
That doesn't add up on
You
any...
wonder why people don't report things.
That doesn't make
Prime
any
example.
sense on any level at all
Well,
of why they think that would be okay.
No, it's not okay, but it's a threat. It makes
I know.
people not want to. But boy, oh boy, again, headlines across America, and there we go.
Don't you love America?
Here you are. WTVA out of Tupelo reporting all of what happened, passing that on to the national headlines. They've got a big write-up across America about it today.
Are those kids okay, though?
I think they're okay, but
I'm pretty sure the other two are traumatized, though.
you're right.
Severely.
It's a lot there. Then the ones that almost got beat up probably aren't feeling so swell after all either.
No, but at least those two are in jail, though.
Yeah, they've got that. And we'll see where this heads as we make headlines again. Boy, did y'all see this overnight where someone tried to breach? And I'm going to call it the White House because it was in the area of it, the way they word this, intentionally crash into a security barrier near the White House is the way it's worded there. After they swarmed the vehicle, they did have a Nazi flag on the inside. It was a U-Haul van, huge. Now, we're not being told as of yet what was in it. Was there something that shouldn't have been, or is it just a wacko? We don't know.
What was the point of doing all of that?
We don't know because police really aren't giving all the details of what was inside it. Were they trying to get to the White House? Were they trying to make a point? We don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say, if it's just a flag in there, they're not doing much
No,
besides just causing chaos, and that's it.
Apparently there's more to this than we really know.
Yeah.
Sometimes the federal government doesn't tell you everything that you want to know.
Fishy.
Yeah, very fishy there. But that is some of the headlines that happened last night, overnight. And do y'all remember the document where they said they were sure that they were going to turn it over to where it could trace Biden back to maybe some unlawful? We talked about that yesterday. Yeah, Democrats aren't giving that up. They said they would, but they're not. Of course they're not.
Usually how it goes.
It will have to be
what they say.
subpoena after subpoena after subpoena to get those records of what Joe Biden may or may not be a part of.
Well, that's a lot of nonsense to do all that.
It is. Let's see here. Again, as we talk about Biden at another speech, and there's about three of them: Feinstein, the guy that got elected to be Dr. Oz, and for some reason I can't remember his name, and Biden, three of the top people that are in government offices that seem to be very confused a lot of the times when they're in front of the public. Like maybe it's time to step away, maybe retire for these three. Again, Biden yesterday, we've heard him do it before. His son that passed away from, if you remember, from brain cancer, if I remember right, he again told in a speech that he died in Iraq. That's very confusing.
He's really confused himself. Maybe he's getting him mixed up with, I don't know who, but someone.
You know, it's your son. That's something that you don't forget, and it shows all the signs.
There's something wrong with him, but no one's getting him the help that he needs. You know, because like there's some medicine that you can take for that, but like they're just kind of letting him.
He just
run around and
basically what he does as president is sit at the desk, lick ice cream, and go, "How y'all doing?" And there are other people making every decision, and they wheel him in and say, "Sign here." And I think most Americans really know that.
I don't think he realizes that though.
No, they give him ice cream as a treat for signing whatever it is they do.
Why don't you give me ice cream as a treat for being on the show?
I give your grandma treats.
Yeah, she ain't up here. Why ain't I getting it?
We'll get you some ice cream for handling this morning. This makes no sense. Here's another thing that we're waking up to this morning. DoorDash is being sued because supposedly they're charging iPhone users more money than people with an Android phone because they think that if you own an iPhone, you've got more money than somebody with an Android.
No, if you have an iPhone, you're more broke than anybody. That's what it means. You don't have more money. You're literally more broke than everybody else. Android people have money.
The Android may be a little bit cheaper, but both are expensive. Everybody who owns a phone now,
they cost like $1,000 or more.
This thing, which is an 11, which is probably outdated now. I've had it 2 years. It only has the double camera. I think I ended up having to pay like $1,100 for this.
Mine's even 4 years.
And what is yours an iPhone?
A 10.
A 10. Are they good? Absolutely not. My son prefers the Android because you can put your own music on it. You can do
he
a lot.
harasses us.
Yeah, but you can do more with an Android with your personal stuff. iPhone has...
You have to do everything behind a paywall. They make you pay for everything.
Yeah.
So literally, you're more broke if you have an iPhone because they make you pay for every tiny little thing on your phone.
But they are being sued because supposedly DoorDash charges more to an iPhone user.
I think I've seen that before. They like force them to like tip them more or something like that, or they won't give them their food. Like they get like mad.
That's not right in any case. Joyce said that her Android about $1,200.
Yeah, the new iPhone is about $1,300 or $1,400,
right,
which is the 15, which is insane.
Now April said she paid $274 for an Android, and I guess it depends upon which one. And I one time bought a refurbished and saved a lot of money, and it worked just as good as a brand spanking new one did.
If you buy a brand new one, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. But if you buy it like used or older model, it's going to be way cheaper and probably better in the long run.
So your suggestion is when buying a phone, buy one a model or two that's not the latest, greatest.
Yeah. You don't have to have the newest one because it's just the same phone, just newer parts, and that's it. Nothing different, honestly.
All right. Cricket says, I've got a Ovation 2.
There's a lot of different kinds of phones besides just Android and Apple. Like there's like Google Pixel and other stuff.
Who remembers the great days? Now, I'm not going to lie. This is some kind of handy, especially because my memory these days is when I'm told to go get a specific item, I can have a picture sent to me, and I know this is what I've got to get. This is it. It matches the picture. But the day of the Razor, the flip phone back in the day that you could run over with a truck, literally pick it up and it still worked.
You talking about the Nokia?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, the Razor was the little flimsy phone that every girl in high school had.
Okay,
it was the Nokia that you're thinking of. That you can drop it, make it explode, and nothing would happen to it.
I'm telling you, I used to drop mine left and right, and they'd pick it up, and it worked fine.
You had a BlackBerry too.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You used the snot out of that one. You rolled that little ball off.
Yeah, they had that ball in the center.
I had one that slid up and backwards.
The things that we've gone through with phones. Who would have thought they'd be where they are now? And remember the good old days when phone companies gave you a phone just to use their service? Well, that day is gone.
If only, they started doing that again if they want people to switch over. I think that'd be more convincing.
It would me, but not going to happen anymore. They're making way too much money off the current way. Right now, 9 minutes after 7 o'clock, we've got a lot of local headlines that have gone on. Don't rush off. We're going to tell you what went on yesterday, last night, across the state and nation. We've got so much to talk about this morning. We'll do that next.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
If you're building or remodeling your home and finally getting around to that to-do list, before you spend your hard-earned money anywhere else, do yourself and your pocketbook a favor and check out the huge selection available at Southern Pipe and Supply. They have a large showroom on Highway 39 North in Meridian. You can check out the large selection of tubs, showers, sinks, and faucets. Southern Pipe for all of your heating and air conditioning system upgrades, along with standby generators in preparation for storm season. And we're local, Southern Pipe and Supply.
Spring is in the air at the Neshoba County Co-op, located at 338 West Main Street, downtown Philadelphia. If you're looking for that perfect flower for your home or getting ready for a garden, whether it's butter beans, peas, or tomatoes, they've got it all there. The fishing calendar says it's great at the Neshoba County Co-op, whether you're bass fishing or if you're out for crappie. From new rod and reels to getting the exact lure or maybe that worm that you're hunting. Grab a pole and go fishing today. And let's not forget about turkey season. And remember, all roads lead to the Neshoba County Co-op.
What drives us may be different, but what we share is the pursuit. Whether taking on the job site or your own backyard, let the pursuit of the perfect cut begin. Steel's zero-turn mowers are here. Real Steel. Find yours.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is my daughter Madison, who's graciously filling in as Odie is somewhere on a boat this morning enjoying himself, somewhere near Mexico.
I think he'll be very sad when he comes back.
Yeah, because he had to come to work.
Yeah, he won't be on a cruise ship anymore.
And one day I want to try it. I truly do. As we begin this morning, 71, it is just into the 7 o'clock hour as you're waking up as we try to give you all the headlines. A big day for Meridian yesterday as Run for the Wall roared into town. Somewhere around 4:30, they made their way to the Ag Center. I had a chance to be there, and a bunch of great guys and gals are going to be leaving out right now. If you're out on the Interstate, the 8 this morning during the 6 o'clock hour, and they hit the road promptly 7 o'clock. So a lot of motorcycles. Yeah. Here's what we got to see as we went up there. Now, as we bring up, this is Rosalie. As I was sitting there setting up the camera to go live, Rosalie went by me, and I thought, I got to go get a picture of Rosalie. I have never seen this in my life. So let me just show you here. Here's Rosalie. She's got her own helmet and glasses, and she rides on the motorcycle like there ain't no tomorrow.
That was like the cutest thing ever. They had to have trained her to get her to sit the entire time.
I think they said since she was about 2 months old, she's been riding. They're from Newton, so a big seller.
2 years old.
Yeah, since 2 months old, and she's 2 years old now.
Oh, 2 months. That's, oh my Lord.
So she's good at what she does. The Mississippi Highway Patrol was out riding with the guys as well as we take a look through these pictures as they made their way to the Ag Center there. Those bikes are gorgeous there. As there's another picture of her. She's just all on this. As we look at this, the Meridian Fire Department had the flags draped. And I think they had this in 2 different locations, maybe the 29th Avenue Bridge and then also at the Ag Center. And as we continue here, boy, she was just very patriotic with the flag and all.
That day.
Another shot of the flag there. As we look at that, Ricky's up there hugging on the ambassador. As we go through, here's the riders as they start coming in to the Ag Center as we see this. I think around 300 bikers made their way there, and it was absolute crowd, Madison, as they made it to the top. The different styles of motorcycles, Meridian Fire Department as they pass by, as they stand there watching. And as we get inside, and this was the scene, there was just so many people. Now, I got video of this also, but the still pictures just really show you what went on. A lot of volunteers came up to help feed all these guys and gals as they were here in the Meridian area. And look at that crowd.
Oh, gosh, that's a lot.
It was. So just a big thank you. We even had entertainment, if you'll notice back here. Scott McQuaig, Brick Gully, they're in here somewhere. Here they go. They did the entertainment from the Ag Center. It was just so many people there that done a great job.
It sounds like they're having a good time.
They were. And so we say a big thank you to each and every one of you that helped out in all of this. They done just fantastic. It takes a lot of people to pull that off. They even washed all their clothes as they brought it in, had them back for them this morning so they could get back on the road. Didn't cost them anything.
That's amazing. Oh, my Lord. It
is. Meridian does a lot for this group. So we say thank you to everybody who pitched in and went above and beyond helping out with this program because it is big. As we get into a few things, I don't know all the details, but I started getting text of somebody's getting arrested. I'm watching it. I see at 8th Street last night, 30th Avenue, where the police department took at least 2 people into custody, I'm told.
Did they have a crowd watching them or something?
There was 2 or 3 people that were watching from the distance, and I kept getting text about it. And I don't know what the actual charges were, but we did see 2 guns pulled from the bushes that someone might have hid.
Oh, gosh.
So hopefully it was somebody that needed taking off the street, and it certainly sounds like it was. Now, as we look at this, we also, let me get over here. We had an accident last night. Downtown Meridian, 22nd Avenue and 4th Street, as we pull this up for everybody to take a look here. This is right up from Weidman's. A car got overturned, and it did have a mother and 2 children in the car.
Did she hit something for it
I
to
believe somebody else hit them, and the car flipped upside down.
Oh.
They were taken for medical care, is all we know. I don't think it was life-threatening by any means, but you certainly don't expect that to happen in that area, but it can happen at any given red light if a car is hit just right.
The weirdest stuff can happen while you're driving. Have you seen that video of this truck's tire comes loose from his truck, and it hits a car, and the car like shoots up in the air, and it's like flips all over the highway because it got put under it. That is insanity how that can just happen, because you don't think that it would get under your car and flip you up in the air while you're driving.
Now, I've seen this happen. I'm sure I saw one roll out of the back of a bed of a pickup truck one time, come rolling down the highway. And if that hits your car, it'd total it. And I've seen them fall out from underneath cars. You know how a pickup truck has them wound up underneath it? That cable occasionally breaks. And next thing you got is a runaway tire in the middle of the highway.
That's why you always need a dash cam, because trying to explain that to your insurance company is like, yeah, a tire just kind of popped out of nowhere and like murdered my car. They would not believe you at all.
What's them farmers people? We know a thing, the old guy that talks about that. No. Where they show the examples of all the wrecks.
Are you talking about the guy with all the bandages?
Farmers Insurance. You've seen that. No, you're talking about
Alpha Insurance.
No, you're talking about
the guy the Chaos guy.
Chaos. I forget who he represents. But he's funny.
Insurance.
He's funny.
That's what you're talking about.
No, I was talking about the farmer's guy.
Oh, no, farmer's guy.
Anyway, as we move to our next thing, as we mentioned yesterday, it was breaking news that we had yet another burglary in Meridian. Oh, believe it or not, it did happen here in Meridian. And we want to show you live from the store. This happened at 2:52 a.m. yesterday morning. They were in the store for approximately 8 minutes, taking everything they could. And you'll notice in the video here is they take a backpack, fill it full of what they want, and then out they go again. And then we'll tell you the rest of the story of how this stuff works when it comes to burglary. Now, this is the same 2 people that robbed or burglarized the exact same store last Friday morning. So within a week, the same 2 suspects have been doing the same thing. As we go here to take a look. Now, this is Hair Queen. This is on 8th Street, directly across from First Baptist Church. Right by Webb Funeral Home is where this is. As we go here, let's show you this. Here's 2 of them. If you'll notice, he's wearing a backpack. He's going to stand here with it on his back here in a second while he fills it up. And this just goes on for about 8 minutes. Usually you see him backing up, and they're filling it up. if you want to see the rest of this video, I've got it here on our page. And as they go through taking what they want, all this does is cost store owners and you, the consumer, more and more. We need to get these folks off the street. They're not going to stop. Now, as I said, there's more to this story than meets the eye, as these folks get really good at what they do. Just down the street, about 20 minutes before that, if you're going to do something, well, you'd like for the police to be somewhere else, wouldn't you, Madison?
Yeah.
Well, why not bust a window somewhere and have the police show up there to see if someone is doing something so you can go burglarize another business? Just down the block from there, just a few minutes before they broke in here, this is what they were up to. The same two guys, there's video footage to match all of this. Right here, they bust the window of this business to send police here.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, that's exactly what they done. And again, this is National Sales and Lease, and as we know, they were also standing next door at J&J Tire. The same two, they've got a MO, get the police here, run up here and do what they want. It goes on every night. That's the way things are being done now. They'll do something on one side of town to draw the police here while this goes on over here. And it's a much larger scale than this little example here, but bigger things, that's the way things are done in Meridian nowadays.
Yeah.
And as I've said before, and as y'all well know, there's a lot of the G word that is not used to not want to be said in the Meridian area, gang. And this is kind of like the hub for it. As we're the trade center, Meridian, for all of the different areas, it's also the trade center for the gang activity in other small towns as it branches out from here. There's a center, there's somebody that runs it all. Believe it or not, that's true. What you got to say about that?
That's a lot. It's a lot to think about and process.
But that's what happens. So just so everybody's on the same page. And I say this, as you're going down the road at night and you see something that looks suspicious, call the authorities. 911, they're there. They've got operators there 24/7. Tell them what you see. It never hurts for the police to have a record of where someone is and what may solve a crime later. So always report if you see something that just doesn't add up. Write down a tag number. Snap a picture. Do whatever it is so authorities will have something to look at later. We had a vehicle fire yesterday, Madison.
Another one?
Another one. Vehicle fire right on Highway 45. And this would put us there at Cotton Gin Road, where the Cotton Gin used to be as you turn off of Highway 45 to go to Northeast High School. That's where that was. Northeast Volunteer Fire Department sprang into action, and they were able to put it out.
I like how yesterday we were talking about how many cows were getting out, and then like 30 minutes after the show, another cow got out. Like immediately. It's like it hurt us talking about them.
It is. Cows are everywhere. We got more coming up. Y'all don't rush off. We got more to tell you about what's going on in our communities and around the nation. Find out first here as we give it to you here at the Scotty Ray Report. We'll be right back.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parrish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parrish Tractor.
And welcome back. I'm Scotty Ray. This is Madison as we begin this day. I haven't had a chance to post this. I got the email as I got back into the office last night after being up at the Ag Center of a letter that come from the mayor's office. And this is posted on the City of Meridian webpage if you hadn't had a chance. And let me just show you this. We'll just show you where to go read this. This is the City of Meridian Facebook page. As you go down and scroll past Jimmy being there for the laying of the wreath there yesterday as the riders came into town at the Doughboy Monument, and that's video of it. As we scroll down, we'll get to this right here. This more or less comes from Jimmy, as you'll get the quote here at the bottom here. And this is about the city council taking away funds from each department. And I don't know, because I have not been to council meetings, I only go by what I'm reading here. And apparently, as what I'm told in this email, is that each department, any excess budget that they had left over was taken from them, and the city council placed it into a fund where they had control of it. Now, what we've got in this letter is saying that grass can't be cut because shortage of money now, paying overtime for people to cut the grass around Meridian. It looks pretty bad. The City Works needs that money that was in their budget. It was taken from October to January, whatever the case is, of the deadlines there. Now they don't have money.
That's not good.
No, and it also includes police officers. Now, as we all know, we are way down of what we are allotted for. What is it? And from recollection, I'm saying $9 million for the police department a year, something like that. It's a large amount. And whatever the missing salaries of the people that we don't have was taken out of that budget, supposedly, and put here and used elsewhere. Well, when you only have 15, 17, 18 people doing the patrolling and that's patrolmen working to where it was probably double that at one time. There's extra access money that's been allocated somewhere else now. The problem is those poor folks that have to work that shift are having to work overtime, and now they're running out of money. It costs roughly $6,000 to send a person to the academy to get them certified to do this. And they've got 2 or 3 that's coming out. They need the money to be paid. Now, at the bottom of this, Jimmy says, we have 200 years of government experience with this administration, Smith said. The council should listen to the professionals in regard to the budget, and they are not. You can't run government like a private business. It's public safety. Now, I do agree with public safety. I disagree with what Jimmy said there. You do have to run absolutely anything that you have like a business, whether it's the federal government, and that's the problem that we've got today. So many politicians sit down and don't run it as a business. You have to have money coming in and money going out match. You have to have somebody match this, and that is the whole problem with the entire United States. People are elected to official places that they have no idea. They've never owned a business. They don't understand how it works. What did the council do with that money? I don't know. I hate to accuse anybody of anything that I don't know. But we got to pay the folks that are there. We need people that are elected officials that do understand that this is your money and not their money and should be spent correctly. And am I making sense here?
Yeah, the problem is everyone is me, and only me.
Well, you well know with your checking account, you've got X amount of dollars. Once that is gone, there's nothing else there.
Yeah, I'm doomed. If I ain't got none, I can't eat.
Right. And so far now, we just keep borrowing on a national level. How many trillions are we in debt? And this happens upon our level here.
How many of y'all got credit cards that's maxed out?
Right. And
just like that.
Yeah. And as Jimmy said, there are 200 years of experience. As we well know, not everybody in a position needs to be there. And how many letters have we gotten from the grand jury going, you got problems with the administration at the police department? How many times? Oh, let me count. 4.
There's
We've
been a
got
lot of discussion with it.
Yes, we got issues there. People need to be trained. We need money to do that without a doubt. But we also have to have leaders in every position that is capable of doing your job. I'm not saying no one there is not good people. And I'm talking on the administration level. I'm not talking the folks that go out and do the day-to-day grind. But you have to have people that understand it. We have to have people on our council that also understand financing. Before you vote for someone, and we've got a big election coming up this year.
You need to know the person and research them. Don't just vote for someone just because I kind of know them. No, research them, know what they're about, know just everything about them before you vote for them, you know?
If you've got someone handling a budget that has filed bankruptcy, odds are you really don't want them handling your tax dollars. You want to know why there's potholes? Well, money was probably spent somewhere else that should have been allocated for this. You got to have priorities, and government is a business. It has to be run tit for tat, so to speak. That's my 2 cents on that.
You just got to have someone that knows what's going on and they know what they're doing and not just confused all the time.
Right. And again, I do not know everything about what the council has spent the money on. I do agree with Jimmy that we've got to pay our police officer. They
need money management classes.
Right. And let's talk about the folks that works for the Parks Recreation and all these guys that Public Works. These are hard-working folks, let me tell you.
They work long hours.
Very long hours. And you take a moment to stand in their shoes of what they do. It's hard work. I tip my hat to y'all. Every day you're out there, and you deserve to be paid. If you can't get it done, and I'm sure that y'all have also got a shortage of employees, and that budget's been moved. These guys need to be paid. I don't know the solutions, but hey, let's back up and relook at this. And again, we've got elections coming up in August, and then the primaries in August, and then we've got the actual election in November. Study. Make sure you know who you're voting for, because you work. If you're watching me, you get up every day. You get a paycheck each week, and somebody's taking money out of your paycheck, putting it here. When you go buy your car tag, you're spending more money. Land taxes on your house. Every time you go to the grocery store, they're taxing 7%. The city gets a little bit of this. The government gets that. That's your money. Make sure the people that's got your money know what to do with it. I'll get off my soapbox now, but I think that needed to be said in some certain ways. And I hope I put it in layman's term to where everybody kind of understood that. And Jimmy, if you'd love to come on, let's talk about this. What has the city council? Be glad to have the city council on also.
I think people just want to know. They're just confused.
Accountability. Accountability. So we'd love to hear from both sides of that. More on the way as we wake you up here across the East Mississippi area, West Alabama. Good morning to y'all. We'll be right back. Go over a few things that went on in history today, lighten the mood a little bit, and then we'll get back into some more stories that are shaping our day.
Wahoo.
Yep, that's all on the way. Dr. John Lyon and Dr. Jennifer Dooley have expanded their services when Dr. Cook retired last year. Advanced Vision Center is located on the 5th floor of Anderson's Medical Tower. Now, they bring experience in the most advanced technology to the Meridian area, whether it's your first off that exam. And all of your text messages are blurry now. Advanced Vision Center knows how important your eyes are to you. After all, they are your windows to the world. Call today for an appointment. 601-553-2100.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm...
You know, it brought to my buddy made a comment about your red hair, saying it was stunning. And if you're one of those ladies that like hair, like to get it done, don't forget MCC offers this. Cosmetology is what it's called. Now, they say it a little faster than I do. But if you want to do that for a living and you enjoy doing it, want to know the latest rumors in town, well, be a cosmetologist. Cut hair, and everybody tells you you're like the bartender of hair.
Look, honestly, what are you supposed to do? You sit there for 2 hours. You got to yap about something.
You got to talk to them. But
exactly.
If you want a great career and be doing something that's really meaningful, take care of this. Call them at MCC. They'll tell you more about it, how you can get signed up and take a course and be on your own business, work for someone. It's a lot to this. People enjoy it. You're almost like lady's best friend when you do this. Now, there's barbers. Don't get me wrong. I was almost painting myself into a corner.
No, I can just say you ain't going to a barber. You ain't got much hair.
No, I don't. Call them today at MCC 484-8867. They'll take care of you. Get hooked up today. Already 7:33 as we begin this day. So what went on? Let's go back and take a look.
Oh, no, I'm not still fully awake to
You're
process anything. No, I'm not.
The first time I saw this lady, she would be on Archie Bunker. Then she would go on to get a major role in Laverne and Shirley. Now, I couldn't have told you yesterday what her name was, but after I put together my little chart here, I can tell you what her name was. Y'all remember this face? Betty Garrett. She played on Archie, and then she went on to be right there with Laverne and Shirley. I think she married Laverne's daddy there at the end when they had the restaurant.
Oh, the in the show.
Yeah,
not
the
the
TV
actual
show.
Actor.
Right, yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's kind of insanity.
This lady has been around forever. She's gorgeous, even
She kind
her
of
entire
scares
time.
me staring at her, actually. What do you mean? She scares me severely.
Joan Collins. She has just always had that, I guess what they call that is sex appeal. She was born in 1933. She was a beautiful woman, and she's been in all kinds of movies throughout the years.
She's staring me down.
She
Change
is
that
looking at
picture.
you.
I don't like that. Change that picture. She's scaring me. No, I don't like it. That's like when you wake up in the middle of the night and there's a demon in the back of your room staring at you.
Yeah, it's Sophie at the edge of the bed staring at you.
That's your dog. She's always wanted to go outside.
Oh, 1934 didn't work out for these two today. Now, they'd been all across America doing what they do best, stealing, robbing, and murdering. Today it would end. It was a tip, and they waited in the bushes as they came along, and they were taken out. Bonnie and Clyde career ended today. Maybe you've seen the car. It is riddled with bullet holes.
See, I've heard so many stories and like music made after them, but I never cared to look them up and realize, I wonder who Bonnie and Clyde are, but everyone talks about them, and now I never knew who they were. But everyone talked about them all the time. Like, they make references to them constantly.
They were really the first man and woman duo team that went around robbing, and they killed people just for the fun of it. She was tough. But the car is in a museum. They had no reasons.
They just did it.
For money, they robbed banks.
I was about to say,
shot
well,
people.
dang. It's kind of, whew.
But that car intact, just the way it was the day it all went down, is in a museum. You can look at that. Let's go back to, 1952. A country star was born today. You don't hear much of her out of now. She went on to produce, but she had a big number one, several of them. But her first big hit was Until I Met You. Anybody remember Judy Rodman?
I bet she's just chilling now.
I heard crickets, people going, who is that?
Yeah.
She was big back in the day. Also, 1958, she would be the daughter of somebody famous, and she went on to sing You're the Reason God Made Oklahoma. Woo, Jose Cuervo, you are a friend of mine. Anybody remember Shelley West? She was born on this date.
No.
Very good. Dottie West being her mom. Probably the second in line. I'd have to say Tanya Tucker was the very first that had the reputation of being, boy, y'all know where I'm going with that. And then along came Dottie, who done duets with Kenny Rogers.
I don't know. I know him.
He's strange.
Whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, but
that was a good show though.
But every time I look at him, I go, he's strange. He's a strange man.
Do you think he's just funny looking? Is that what you're saying?
No, I've listened to him talk, and I thought, you're a strange man.
Yeah, but he's funny on Whose Line Is It Anyway? And that's the only thing
that was a funny show.
You know, it's still going on.
Is it? Didn't know
They
that.
still got some good stuff. I watch it. It's still good.
Is it Colin and they
They still have the same three guys: Ryan, Colin, and
the other guy.
Yeah, the big, tall, skinny guy. I forgot his name.
Drew Carey, born on this date, if you liked him. 1960, this was a number one hit. You would hear of it again. I think it was 1989 that Reba would go film a video and she would make a number one out of this song. But long before that, in 1960, it was also a number one song, as the Everly Brothers had a number one hit today called Kathy's Clown. Y'all remember that?
No. Nope. Wow, check the date. I was not even thought you were.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, exactly. You're closer to that than I am.
Yeah, but I wasn't born then.
Yeah, you were about 9 years
later.
Yeah, and I was a whole 50.
Well, it was a bad day for Gleam and Crest toothpaste today because a huge television show that sponsored this, I'm sure in some shape, form, or way, ended. They had the biggest teeth on TV. You couldn't help but notice it everywhere. Donnie and Marie came to an end in 1979.
I love their flashy outfits.
Yeah.
It really gives you like the image of the 80s, though. Everything was so flashy back then.
Oh, it was.
I kind of missed that, though. It was so flashy.
Oh, let's see here. Let's see what else we've got.
I think we should bring back that fashion. Everyone should start dressing like that again.
1981, one of the most beautiful women that has ever appeared on any TV screen or movie screen.
See, this one I believe when you say beautiful. The other one is questionable.
This one was absolutely stunning from the very first time that I saw her on the Andy Griffith Show. She would go on to have her own TV show. And then the controversial song that Tom T. Hall wrote, all about a mother getting a letter from, well, the school board that said, well, you're not a good mama because you wear your dresses a little too short. And we've seen you out and about in town. So she puts on her short dress. They made a movie out of it, and they called it Harper Valley PTA, as Barbara Eden made the cover of TV Guide. And that was a great movie, an even better song if you've never heard what we're talking about.
Dang, they shamed her for wearing ankle-length dresses. How dare she?
Oh, she addressed. Have you ever heard the song? Mm-mm. I'm going to tell you a story. And it's all written by Tom T. Hall, a man's point of view of a lady who was raising a child by herself. And as she addresses the school board that is telling her she dresses too skimpy and does this, she starts pointing out what each one of them do. There you are, you heifer there. You've asked me out 3 times on a date. You're going to say this? And then she tells one of the ladies, don't you need to pull your curtains down at night before you change your clothes?
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't talk bad about people and do that.
Never watched it.
They're going to come back and get you.
Me and you have never watched a scary movie together for one reason. I can't handle them.
I just don't care for them, but I've seen a good bit of them. I've seen The Shining.
I never watched this, nor will I ever see this in my life. But it was released today in 1980. Them little scary twins were in it.
Those twins are referenced in everything. And so is that scene right there with the
axe.
For everything. Everyone makes fun of it all the time.
Just eek.
It's one thing I can handle TV shows, scary stuff, because I can look away. But if I'm playing a video game that's scary, no, because I have to physically move to get past anything, and I just can't do it. No, I just cry and throw
Bless you.
You should play it.
But it's always the people run toward this scary stuff instead of getting in the car and driving off. I mean, use some common sense in these scary movies.
Look, they point that out in scary movies. Those were the greatest.
Yeah.
I love scary movies.
They made fun of everybody. 1981, this would end on television. It was the perfect family that had way too many family members. We don't know what they cooked them every night for dinner, but y'all remember the TV show 8 is Enough?
No, what was that other one that had the bunch of kids? Too?
Waltons?
Had all the blonde kids, 2 families came together.
Oh, the Brady Bunch?
Yeah, that looks like them.
They had to have Alice to cook for them.
Yeah, that looks about the same.
1984, y'all will remember this because it was good. It's still good today. The series still goes on as Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom hit theaters in 1984. Him and that whip.
I think he just got an award for something with Indiana Jones, I think.
It could be.
I think he did. It was recently.
You just can't help but like Harrison Ford.
He's a cool guy. And also, you know who's cool?
Who?
The guy from The Mummy.
Oh, yeah.
I love him so much.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. Brendan Fraser.
I love him so much.
He's a great guy. Great personality. My hero of all times, of any movie star that ever breathed a breath, is my favorite. I have never found one word ever said about this man that was bad. In 1985, he was presented the Presidential Medal of Freedom by Ronald Reagan, and he was promoted to Major General. And we're talking Jimmy Stewart, the guy that was in It's a Wonderful Life.
I was about to say, isn't that guy?
That's him. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. A man among men is what I call him. Look him up. Go back and watch a black and white movie.
That's your favorite movie ever.
It is.
It's a very sad and depressing movie, though.
Before Denzel Washington ever played the part of the Equalizer, years and years ago, back in the 1980s on television, there was a TV show. I know they've got a new version of it, but it made the cover of TV Guide in 87, if y'all remember that.
Who's that
That's
actor?
the Edward, what's his name right there? Madison, I can't read that far. Right there. Starts with a W.
Wolf Ward?
Something like that. The Equalizer.
I don't know what that
Back in
is.
87, I remember his face from every time he ever played that. And finally, it ended. Mr. Perfect Hair had to go away. It would be years later that his on-screen TV wife would go to prison as Full House ended today, 1995.
Everyone loved that show.
They
I
did.
never watched it.
Wasn't my pick either.
I've only watched scenes of it, but I'd go to a friend's house and they'd have it playing all the time.
2007, the guy that you will probably know as 007, the one that just pops in your head, at least if you were a child of the 80s or growing up watching movies. Roger Moore passed away on this date back in 2017. A man among men, he was a man's man. That's the way I looked at him. He just played that part great.
See, if you do more people like this, I'd know.
Yeah,
I know
I'm
who
trying.
these people are.
7:44. Good morning. We'll be right back. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
And welcome back. Scotty Ray along my daughter Madison as we bring you the good morning. As we talk about folks that do jobs well, and you'll often hear me talk about Chet, and well, Chet's hard at it this morning as they take care of anything when it comes to a car. You'll know that logo. It's blue and red. Well, it's Chet's. You'll find him there, Highway 495 in the Center Hill area where they always take care of you. If you've got any type of scratch, major damage like this, maybe it's a deer, maybe somebody run a red light. Whatever the case is, it's damaged your car. See Chet. They'll put it back to the way it should, a handshake. That's what it's all about there. They'll let you know when the car is going to be ready. They'll take care of you there. See them. Highway 495. Call them at 737-2961 is the number to call. Good folks, where they take care of you. Chet's Paint and Body, they'll handle all that paperwork for you also and let you know when it'll be ready. Talk to your insurance company for you. Great folks there. As we found out, the Meridian Police Department also, as we go to their Facebook page this morning, we hadn't gotten the email yet. I've requested it from the Meridian Police Department. They were looking for 3 individuals here that possibly could be shoplifters.
Possibly?
Well, you always have to put that possibility in there. You can't condemn anyone.
I thought they were just like, oh, we're not sure, but here you go. I thought that's what you said. Like, I don't know, but hey, y'all go find them.
Until proven guilty in a court of law. But as we see that, the possibility of shoplifters there. If you happen to know them, contact the Meridian Police Department. They'd love to know some names to identify those folks. Easy to find there. We do see that Taterbug says that Mississippi is getting some industry as we go south, as we go down to Jones County. The governor of Mississippi, of course, Tate Reeves, who I'm talking about, shows here that we've got jobs coming to Jones County. Look at that, 84 of them there.
Wowza.
So that's a good deal as we see this $64 million being invested into Jones County, which is just south of Lauderdale County.
They'll bring more jobs here eventually.
We would like to think that, but we hadn't gotten many. We certainly
got a birthday today. We got Molly Grace Cheney. Is having a birthday. Great grandma and great granddaughter. Oh goodness! Happy birthday!
Yes. Now we have a bit of sad news, as I got breaking news just a little bit ago as we were getting ready to go on air.
Oh.
State Line, as we all know, they were looking yesterday as we. Looking for the 2 teenagers. And as Clark County Hot Topics broke this yesterday as they were doing the search and rescue, this morning the bodies of the 15-year-old and 19-year-old have been found, as I've been told. Sad news as we wait for more details of this, but send your prayers, your hearts to those family members as they waited for news, and just...
It's bad.
It's just horrible as we find that out. We hate to ever have to report something like that. But that's what's going on there. We had a fender bender in downtown Quitman yesterday. Whoops. As we go here to take a quick look at how it looked here downtown Quitman, maybe you come up on this. As we get across this, a little damage there. The high sheriff on the scene there.
They run a red light?
Could be.
It looks like.
Something that effect. Somebody misjudged something. Somebody got bumped. We hope everybody is okay from it.
There's always a piece of advice that I always followed is whenever the light turns green, at least wait 5 seconds before you go. Like, look both ways. Even if it's green, people still going to run that red light. So just, like, look before you go.
Yeah.
And so every time, I don't care if that person's honking behind you. If they keep honking, just put it in park until the next red light. If you want to be that way. Because I would if someone honked at me, because I would be safe.
Now, this is one of those same situations, areas in town. Always be careful if as you're headed up to Sam's. And it's the 19th coming from Crossroads, where you come off
going up
Frontage
Sam's
Road, and you're there to take that right to go to Sam's. Here's the picture of this. We had a little small fender bender there yesterday also. It's a lot of police, highway patrolmen happened to be in the area.
Probably they were trying to go over, and they didn't see and sideswipes one.
Yeah, that's
Did you
4-lane.
Find out what they're doing on that median?
On where at?
Near Dairy Queen, where they're digging up all
I haven't
the dirt.
gotten all the...
I have heard that they're taking out that median because so many wrecks are happening.
That'd be good.
And they're putting in like one of those ones with the bars that you have to go around each other, that you can't just shoot across. You have to... It's 2 lanes that you have to drive around into these little bars. You've never seen that?
Just give me a name of what you're trying to describe.
There is no name. I can draw you a picture right now of what it looks like. But basically, it forces you to go like this and the other person go around so you can't hit each other head on. Don't give me that look.
I just don't know what you're trying.
You've seen what it is. I can look it up on my phone and describe it, but I can't give you a name what it is. But that's what I've heard to prevent wrecks.
That is just one big accident after another. Everybody wanting that ice cream.
It's like a guided way. Go around each other.
We'll be right back.
No matter how many times you try, and no matter where you call, Representative 81 Steve Horn won't answer the phone. We're not getting any representation in Jackson. District 81, we can do better. Vote Ben Shirley, August the 8th. Paid for by Ben Shirley.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. Jackson Flowers has been a part of the Meridian area for a little over 60 years now. Now, they've moved to a new location on Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. You could be looking for that perfect thinking of you gift. Or maybe it's just a happy you need, whether live or artificial, no matter what the need is in your family. Whether it's a birth to your time of need, Jackson Flowers is there for you. Drop in and visit with them again. Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. Jackson Flowers, for all your needs.
My mama said I need a truck because this lawnmower's the devil.
Buddy, we can do it!
Need a truck?
We can do it!
Need a van?
We can do it!
Need an SUV?
Buddy, we can do it!
Need some luxury? We've got you there too.
We can do it!
At Interstate Auto, we can do it.
And they can do it. And speaking of Snowden Company, I've known all my life. If you're looking for a home, get in touch with Amanda and her friendly staff there. You'll find them in the North Hills area, 453-3937. Matter of fact, you can find them online. If you're selling or buying either the occasion, whether it's a big new home you need or a smaller home, they've got that. And they welcome Jeremy. He's the latest to the staff there. He's going to help you out also. Anything that you're looking for, call ahead. They'll find it for you. Look online. When you find that house that you like, go look at it in person. Things always look a little different than they do in a picture. See if it's exactly what you want. Amanda and her team will be glad to show you around so much more. You'll see the signs around town. You can't miss them. Look just like that, red and white and black with writing as I look at that.
Wow, it's called reading, if you didn't know that.
453-3937. See them today for your next home. They'll help you out in so many different ways. A friendly staff to help you out. And so many people replying to what you were trying to describe.
I'm glad they know what I'm talking about. They listen better than you do.
The J-turn, which you will find out at Mathis Peach Stands, and not one single death has occurred since that was put in.
I like those kinds of turns because people here You know, when you meet at the median, you're supposed to go on the far right, and the person, they don't do that, and then they get mad at you, and they're like cursing you out from your car, and you're like, it's not my fault I'm following the rules.
That's true. You're absolutely right. Whether it's at Chandler Road, it's on Highway 19. Boy, this just goes on and on with the wrecks that have happened from things like that. And maybe the J-turn is the answer there on Highway 39.
I feel like it is. It'll help a ton with that, because there's so many times I was just driving down there, someone like swiped so fast across. I'm like, were you even looking? Could have waited 2 seconds.
Hey, I did get this from the Meridian Police Department yesterday. They're going to be selling T-shirts here for Kenneth Kroom.
That's a nice T-shirt.
It is. And they ask everybody if you buy one to wear it on June 9th. You can find this link on my Facebook page. Do that if you'd like to own one of these shirts, as we remember our fallen officer from coming up on a year. Can you believe that?
It's been a year?
Yeah.
I feel like it's been 2 years for some reason.
Leakesville. If you're going to be in that area this morning and you'd like to give a little blood, stop on by the Mississippi Correctional Institution. Right there in front of the prison there. You can give a little blood there. They're going to be there today doing that.
I feel like I would pass out if I gave blood. Like, I don't know. I just seen the blood come out of me. I feel like I would just straight up just clonk over.
Now, there's a lot of people that do it monthly that donate to help others.
There's a lot of people that donate plasma, and they get a good chunk for it.
Now, you'll see the post I made where the confirmation came in that there was a life taken in Columbus, Mississippi, Sunday afternoon. A body was found hanging between two billboards, and it was near the Carl Hogan Auto Dealership on Highway 45. Authorities have ruled that was suicide. And I didn't show the picture because it just isn't proper to do that.
I'm sure
I've got
y'all
a picture
have
of the fire truck. It's floating around.
Yeah, I'm sure y'all have seen the full picture, but
it's just that's not the way to do business.
I feel like you shouldn't have taken a picture of someone hanging there in the first place. Like, it's kind of weird, you know?
People do that, though. But keep that in mind. Sad news for a family somewhere. And we do remember them. We want to say thank you for joining us. We've got a lot coming up for the rest of the week as we get another day behind us now. We'll be here watching the scenes, letting you know what goes on in and around the area, and we'll give it to you as quickly as we can, as accurate as we can. Madison, thank you for coming and be a part of it today.
You're welcome. And everyone, make sure you take a nap today. Everyone deserves a nap, because I do.
72. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: